Recording, and wanted to welcome everybody tonight to the very first Isagenix weekly business mastery call. My name is James McLeod, and we're doing a new series here. We're kicking it off, and there's going to be different trainers. There's going to be different people speaking. You're going to be hearing anything and everything when it comes solely to growing your Isagenix business. Okay, that's what these calls are specifically about. And so if you have people that are brand new, if they're maybe a little bit worn out right now, wherever they are, give them a text right now. Say, hey, our Isagenix weekly business mastery call is on. You're going to want to hear this. So we're really thrilled. We are fired up to be blessed and really have the privilege of hearing from tonight's speaker. I'm sure many of you know who this woman is, but in the case that you do not, I'm going to give her a proper introduction because this woman needs it. Lich is, or Sydney, I like to call her Sid, but Sydney is going to be training tonight. And you guys, let me just go ahead and tell you who this woman is. She is what are you, 24, Sid? 25? 25, okay, she's 25 years old. She is the #1 or #2 start income earner between ages 18 and 25 and is absolutely crushing it. We were just texting a little bit ago because some videos popped up in the start page from when she was 21 years old, and we were texting. I said, that doesn't even look like you. It doesn't even sound like you. And she was like, honestly, James, like, I don't even recognize myself. I thought I was really good back then, but I have grown so much personally, and this journey has been phenomenal. She is a 6-figure earner in Isagenix, ladies and gentlemen, at 25 years old. Just give her some love in the chats right now. She is just moved to Denver, Colorado. She has a massive organization. She's one of the hardest workers that I know. Audrey and I love her so much. She's such a leader. She's so honest. You guys, right now, let me just tell you, you're going to want to have your pens and papers out because this woman is about to drop bombs. She's filled with so many nuggets, and she's going to teach us all tonight the tactical things right now that are going to move us forward in this business of Isagenix. And so we are so thrilled to have her, and I know that everybody is sitting anxiously at the edge of their seats to glean all of this. So welcome to the call, Sydney Lich.
Yes, thank you, James and Audrey. I know Audrey is part of that as well. You guys, James and Audrey, I met, I had earned my first 5-cycle bonus. I was still a consultant. I hadn't even created a consultant yet. And they came over to Zach and Ian Sloman's house, and they poured into me like no one had ever poured into someone. I had never experienced anything like it in my life. And I was like, these people believe in me. And it allowed me to believe in myself on another level. Soon after that, I was an executive because Audrey and James were like, you got to get to executive. You can do it. We believe in you. We're here cheering you on. We're right by your side. You guys, you have the best leadership. I truly believe the best leadership in the company. Audrey and James are 2 of the most impactful people in my life, more than almost anyone. I love them so much. So thank you guys. And I feel so honored to be on this first call with all of you. I know it's a different time. It's a little weird, but James and Audrey, again, just thank you so much. And thank you guys for being on. I know it's a little late on the East Coast. So I'm coming at you guys tonight, really from my heart. James, did you have anything else you want to add before I start? Or am I good? Okay.
No, I'm just going to let you just let it rip.
Okay, you guys, James, I just got like a fire in my belly. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm going to come at you guys tonight with belief in network marketing. How many of you guys are like building this business right now and it's like, this is a weird time. Like, this is a weird time to be in network marketing. This is a weird time to be a human. This is like the first time any human has really gone through something at this level, being bombarded with social media, being just like in this like hurricane of stuff. But you know what? We are so blessed not only to be in network marketing and to have this opportunity, but to be in Isagenix specifically. I really, really believe that at the core of my soul, that like we could not be in a better home right now. And here's the deal. In in the network marketing space, there's a lot of areas to master. There's, belief in the compensation plan and why that's amazing. There's a belief in the products. There's belief in the leadership that we have and the Coovers and Isogenics as a whole, as a company within the network marketing industry and ourselves. And we have so many different areas to master, to become masterful in network marketing. But I really believe like building our belief in ourselves and in the network marketing profession as a whole are two of the most important. And especially right now, like we have a gift that people are praying for. I heard some crazy statistic today, like 65,000 women have like left their corporate jobs in the last few months to go be at home and to like get out of what they're doing because they're either miserable or they got let go or they hate it or whatever. Like we have such an opportunity here and I don't want you guys to forget that. So who's excited to be a part of network marketing right now? Go like this if you're excited to be a part of network marketing. I'm so grateful that someone reached out to you. Oh my gosh, me too. I am so beyond grateful because of you guys. If you have not seen that video that James was talking about, go check that out. It's going to give you some mad hope that there's something out there bigger for you. And it's here with Isogenics because I truly don't recognize that person. But here's the deal. Especially right now, there's really three things that I want you guys to focus on doing in the network marketing space in your Isogenics business. The first thing is to plug in. It seems so simple. It is to plug in like you are a phone and you're on 10% battery. Like you got to get to a freaking charger right now. We got to plug in as much as humanly possible. And what does plugging in look like? Plugging in looks like getting on team calls. Congratulations, all of you guys are already first step to plugging in. It looks like constantly pouring belief into yourself every day. When you first wake up in the morning, turn on, maybe it's you reading your Bible, maybe it's listening to a podcast, maybe it's getting a recommendation of a book. My go-tos are like John Maxwell, right? That just like gets me fired up to help some people, right? Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. That just like helps me unlock my learning potential, right? Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, GoPro. Those kinds of things are so important. And here's the deal. I found myself super transparent, losing like my passion for network marketing. And I was like, okay, there's something that's missing. And it was me plugging in. And I was trying to blame other things and I was trying to look out at other things and being like, what's different? Why am I not as excited? Why am I not as fired up? And then I realized it was because I had not been constantly pouring things into my brain that were keeping me focused, that were keeping me on track. And so I started to get back into reading things that filled me up, right? Filling up my own cup. Even today, I was on a walk. You guys, it's really easy to go listen to some music. But instead, I was like, I'm going to plug in to a 2016, 2017 celebration speech and act like I'm going into an event. And that got me more fired up than anything I've done all week. It's Monday, I guess, last week, right? But seriously, guys, plug in. We have a community here. We have such a growth environment. There's no excuse for us to not constantly be pouring into ourselves. Because guess what? If you're really wanting to step into leadership, no one's going to pour into you. You might have a couple people, I'm just going to be super straight with you guys. You might have a few people that pour into you here and there, right? Your upline might pour into you a little bit. But if you really want to be a leader in this industry, you have to, especially during this time, learn how to just pour into yourself with knowledge, with prayer, with whatever it is that does it for you. And it's so important because if you don't, you're going to lose that passion and that excitement about network marketing. Just like anything. It's like going to the gym. If you don't constantly remind yourself, like, why am I doing this? What's that on the other side of this workout, right? If I don't want to go today, what's going to get me there? So I just do it anyways and get through it, right? It's the same thing with network marketing. We constantly have to remind ourselves of our vision, of our why, all of that. So plugging in is the biggest thing. Filling up your cup, whether it's your morning routine, whatever that is. I found that the pouring into myself and plugging in has built my belief in network marketing more than anything. Because it's just constantly like, what's good about network marketing? What's going to help me build this belief? What's going to help me reach out to people, right? The second thing is focus. And this kind of goes along with plugging in. You have to be laser focused right now. laser focus on where you're going, what you're doing, who you have to become in order to get to the next level, who you're willing to give up in order to get to the next level, the ego death. We've got to get rid of things to be able to step into the new version of ourselves. And it's okay. It's okay to get rid of the old, but you have to focus, because here's the deal. It's really easy to get distracted. I just moved to a new city. I could like go party, right? I could go like do whatever I want with like social distancing, but instead I am focused. I am focused on where I'm going. I have my whiteboard. I have my like stickies over here of everything I'm doing for the next 3 months to not even be able to recognize myself by January 1st of 2021. You have to stay focused. Guess what? My friends come to me, my sister, she's the worst. She comes to me, she's like, hey sis, do you want to go play soccer tonight? I could be like, oh yeah, one day goes down the drain. Oh, I just won't do it one day. It's okay, it's just one day. Turns into 2 days, right? Oh, my friend's like, oh, let's go get lunch. And then I go get lunch and I don't do my IPAs and I don't plug into the team call and I don't do this and I don't do that. One day becomes 1 week. And then someone's like, hey, do you want to go on a trip? Like it's social distance, but like, do you still want to go? And I'm like, yeah, I really do want to go. But I also want to be up on stage as a multiple 6-figure earner. Where are my priorities? What am I focused on? If what is going on around you, if invitations come up that are not in your priority list, it doesn't happen right now. If you want to change, if you want to grow, if you want to build this business seriously. Because guess what? You guys, anybody who is successful in this business has been so flipping committed that it's crazy. You look at it and you'd be like, oh, that's crazy. But it's like, if that's you and you're like, I want that for myself so I can go do whatever I want in 5 to 10 years and do whatever I want. Travel the world like James and Audrey have and still make residual income. If you want that, you got to get a little psycho right now. And right now is the perfect time to do it. Okay. The last thing, number 3, and then we're going to go into just a few questions and everything, but you got to take total ownership of your life. And when you take total ownership and responsibility of the things in your life, it will fall into line with Isogenics and your network marketing business. James and I have had several conversations about this book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Highly recommend. It's very intense. But when I listened to that book, I was like, if I don't get my physical health right, if I don't get my discipline in every area of my life, I will never have the discipline totally in my network marketing business. And when I started to create that discipline at the gym, I don't feel like going. I'm going to do it anyways. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to do it anyways. I don't feel like going to the grocery store and standing in line at Trader Joe's for 40 minutes because of COVID, but I'm going to anyways because I need the healthy food and it's going to be better for me than eating some sort of crap. I'm going to do it anyways. And it's the same in your business. If you start to create that total ownership in your life, in every area of your life, then you're going to wake up a little earlier. You're going to be a little more excited. You're going to reach out to one person. You're going to be like, well, I'm going all in on my life. I'm going to reach out to 5. And that turns into 10. How we do anything is how we truly do everything. It truly, truly is how we do everything. So if I can suggest anything to you, invite you guys into anything, again, I'm a red. You guys don't know the color code test. I am a true red. Like my shirt is like how red I am inside. You can even see my skin. I'm getting pink because I'm freaking fired up. But I want everyone to understand how amazing Isogenics can be on the other side of the work and the commitment to your self-growth and the not so fun times and the uncomfortable feedback you get and the no's and all of that. Because guess what? Watching that video, again, if you guys haven't seen it, I can even send it to James. He can post it for you. You can watch it after seeing me. But after watching that, it showed me something and it taught me something that I think is really important. And I think it's going to be exciting for all of you guys. Like, film yourself. Film yourself now with total trust and knowing that you're going to look back on that footage one day. You're going to look back on your Instagram stories in a year from now. You're going to look back on your Instagram reel, your Facebook reel, whatever, a year from now and be like, who was she or who was he? Oh my gosh, I committed. I was plugged in, I was focused, and I took total ownership of my life for the last year during a pandemic when I had every excuse in the book, and I didn't take those excuses, and I just ran with it, and I did the uncomfortable stuff. I did whatever it took. You're going to look back and be like, I am so proud. I am so happy. I'm so grateful that I decided to take ownership of my life and change my reality, because the 21-year-old girl who was in that video had zero money. She was sleeping on the floor. She was eating apples that she stole from her mother's house because she couldn't afford groceries. And she had never heard of network marketing or isogenics before. And in 3 years, because I've done these things and stayed committed to the process and plugged into people, even like James and Audrey, truly on a daily basis, you guys, they pour into me. They really do. And they don't have to. But I've been so committed to that growth. My life is what I would have prayed and dreamed of. And I did. I dreamed and prayed for the life that I have so hard 3 years ago. It can happen so quickly if you commit and you focus and you plug in and you take total ownership for your business. So I know James has questions, and I want to be able to open up to everyone. I didn't want to take too long, but you guys, I love seeing all your faces. This is great. You have such a great team.
Wow. Well, Sid, that in 15 minutes, it's amazing what you can translate and transfer to us in whatever that was, 11, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Comment in the chats if you have just gleaned, if you've written one or two things down that you're going to take with you tomorrow. I know that, more than anything, Sid, it's amazing just to see your belief, your conviction. And like she said, there's going to be some, we want you guys to ask questions. So if there's something that she said that triggered a question in you, drop it in the chats. Ask her. I mean, this is somebody that may be exemplifying some of the results that you are wanting to have in your own business. And this is a perfect time to ask. Sid, you mentioned something earlier about priorities and saying, if it's not in line with my priorities right now, it's a no-go. Talk to us a little bit about what that looks like, because I will say, as Sid mentioned earlier, when we were at Zach and Dean's house, and really any time that we've been around Sid, you guys, she is one of the most insanely committed people and consistent people that I've ever witnessed. I mean, insanely consistent. It would just be, hey, we're all going out to eat, and Sid's like, all right, I'll be there later. I've got to do my follow-ups. I've got a three-way call. I'll come into dinner like 30 minutes late. And it wasn't like a bummer. It was, this is the life I'm building for myself. And we've watched you over the past several years do that. So that was intentional. That wasn't accidental. And you've had, as we all have, a trillion distractions pulling at you at one time. Write this down. All distractions are equal. Yes. All distractions are equal. And you've been very intentional, Sid, at eliminating those and focusing on where you want to go. So talk to us a little bit about what does that look like for you being making those priorities so that you can stay focused on where you want to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's such a loaded question, but I also think it's so simple. So you guys, you have to be so protective of your vision and what you want. And for me, it's total freedom, and it's to create freedom in other people's lives. And guess what? I'm just relentless in the fact that that's not going to happen right now by me going to dinner with people, right? That's not going to happen right now by me going out and drinking or having even a glass of wine at my house. It's just not going to happen right now. I am so committed to that vision. And so what I do is I put it in front of my face. I can literally hold it up right now. You guys, it's in front of my face. This is like my stuff, right? I look at this every day. My priorities are in my face all day. And how I make decisions, it's a really simple way. But like he said, distractions are all created equal. And distractions are fun. Distractions are tempting. We have to protect as much as we can. And whatever you need to do that, you got to do it. If it's turning your phone off at a certain time, what I do, I put my priorities on the wall. You guys want to hear my priorities? Yeah? Okay. My priorities. Number 1 is God. Number 2, physical health. Number 3, quality time with close friends and family when it's suitable. Number 4, self-care. Number 5, self-improvement, personal growth environment. Number 6, business. Number 7, financial freedom. My priorities, they're kind of like values, but if an action or an activity does not fit within those, I don't do it. And
so in that, Sid, you just moved to a new city. Right now, maybe we're asking ourselves, how do I connect with new people? It's a weird time. It's COVID. I don't know how to connect with, it's just a weird space like we talked about. How are you right now? What does your daily, income producing activities look like, especially in this new city right now?
Yep. So new city, it's a lot of Facebook groups, you guys. Facebook groups, Instagram, meeting people in my area. And guess what? I'll do a quick 15-minute Zoom with people just to connect with them. Knowing and trusting that some of those people will do Isagenix, some of them won't. And I really pre-qualify people. I'm like, hey, I'd love to get together with you, but let's just do a quick 15-minute call. Let's connect, right? I connect with as many people as I can during the day. You've got to be recruiting. You have to be bringing new blood into your business always, no matter where you are. But people don't feel super weird about getting together. People are craving community now more than ever. So income producing activities include for me right now a lot of networking, a lot of connecting with people, following up with people I have talked to, obviously. Set your daily minimums. I have daily minimums no matter what. Before I go to bed, I have to do 5 reach outs to new people I've never met, 5 follow-ups with people I've already talked to about Isagenix, and 5 asks. 5 conversations where I'm sharing Isagenix with someone, asking them to take a look. Maybe it's showing them a comp plan. Maybe it's, presenting whatever the opportunity, getting them on a webinar. And those are my non-negotiables. If it doesn't happen, I don't go to bed. And when you have that, just like non-negotiably, sometimes I lay down and I'm like, I didn't do it. I got to get up. I'm in integrity with myself. I get up, I do it, and I go to bed and I rest my little head and I sleep well. Non-negotiably every day.
I love it. Okay, so in that, you have new people coming in. How are you, Sid, right now? How are you building your team? How are you starting new people out and creating that culture and community?
The biggest thing I would say is, sorry, go ahead.
No, what are you just finding that's helpful and working?
Yeah, what's working is not jumping down people's throats with Isagenix right away. What's working is providing value and connecting genuinely with people with the long game in mind. If you guys really have the long game in mind instead of a single double pib, you're going to connect with people, provide so much value for those people. And then what you do, you just welcome them with open arms, however they want to come, whether it's the community, whether it's the business and they want to blow it up, or whether it's just products, 2 shakes a day. I don't care. They get to come into our community and I plug them in with anybody I can. Hey, I know this person lives in Texas, but I want to connect you with them. Hey, I know this person, is cross-line from you, but I want to connect you with them. I connect them and immerse them right away. And I plug them into team calls. I check in on them. I love on these people. And if you can just really learn to love on people and care about people, you guys already know what that looks like because you have it firsthand from James and Audrey. They care and love about people more than anyone I've ever met. So if you can duplicate that with people, it's going to work for you because people are going to feel that you actually care and it's not just about a $100 PIB value pack.
So good. So good. Guys, do you have any questions? We got a couple minutes left on this call. Any questions, comment in the chats, anything from, business, scheduling, favorite Isagenix product. This has been insanely valuable, Sydney. Thank you so much. When it comes to, I would say looking over the past, how long have you been in Isagenix?
3 years.
3 years. When it comes to looking over the past 3 years, where would you say the biggest area of growth in yourself has been?
I've never been stunted by a question. I would say my biggest area of growth within myself would be that I've proven over and over and over and over again that whenever I actually set my mind to something, no matter what it is, every single time I do it. And it's that belief of if I actually set my mind to it and I am 100% committed, I can do anything. And I believe that everyone has that. I believe that everyone has that in them. And if you're willing to actually go all in, 0 excuses, committed to whatever it is you want, you're going to do it. And whenever I don't have something in my life that I'm wanting, I just know it's because I haven't really committed to it. So it's a lesson that if I really want anything, it's just a matter of, am I willing to do the work right now?
Wow. If you don't have something in your life right now, it may be because I'm just not really committed to it. Wow. Sid, thank you for keeping it real as always. Just shooting us straight. Seriously, no questions.
I know, I'm like, come on, guys, I want to hear from someone.
This is an engaging call. We're going to a new season. Engage, lean forward. We got a couple of questions. Here we go. Okay. How are you meeting new people in your city? Did you say you're having a meetup via Zoom? Talk to us. So Ellen, she talked about a little 15-minute chat. Sid, break that down. What does that look like? Having a little 15-minute chat maybe before you agree to have like an hour-long coffee with somebody.
Yes. Oh my gosh, of course. So what I like to do, I go into Facebook groups. I go into Denver 20s and 30s female groups. I go into Denver boss babes groups, and I just comment. I ask for suggestions. I ask for recommendations. People comment. And if people are interacting and supporting and referring, they're probably going to refer other things. And so I'll reach out to those people individually and be like, hey, I just moved here. I love connecting with people and building my network. I would, I'd love to chat. I know it's COVID. Are you open to doing like a quick 10, 15-minute call? I'd love to be able to provide some value for you. And usually they're like, yes, that would be great. We get on a call. I have them tell them all about them, and they just talk. And I listen, and I hear for the gaps of where we can solve something with Isogenics. Don't always bring it up right away, but I just build that rapport. I build the relationship. I see how I can provide value. And then I'm usually like, hey, Linda, this is super out there. I have no idea if this would be for you or not, but I know you mentioned struggling in your job and that you just hate your boss. I feel like I have something that would be super, super helpful for you. Are you open to taking a look? Like, I'd love to grab coffee with you. And then we just go into coffee. I just keep it so real with people.
Easy, light. And so to follow up with that, Allie asked a great question. How do you qualify somebody? What are you looking for? I have a hard time with business builder retention.
I think it's understanding that a lot of people can't lead other people until they learn how to lead themselves. And so that's a lot of what we do, right? We bring them in sometimes as customers, and I lead a lot with the business, but a lot of people just get started as customers, and you get to develop them and you get to work with them and you get to help grow them. And eventually they're going to feel empowered to build a business and lead other people. But, be looking for people who are entrepreneurial minded already, people who are, maybe money motivated, people who are crushing it, working really hard in another area and looking to diversify, right? Look for business savvy people, and they're going to be open to other opportunities if they're really a smart business person, because most business people are very open-minded.
Love it. Simple. Sid, one of the things that I just recognized in this last couple of minutes, just how evident it is that you've practiced this so much, because all of these things are just flowing out of you so effortlessly. It doesn't sound like a script, even though I know, because you learned from Zach and Eden, that there are scripts involved and there's there are techniques that are taught. So guys, while this sounds very fluid, she's practiced this multiple times, and this came from a format of words, sentences put together so that she could very easily lead it into a conversation. And that just is very evident in what, in your explanations right now. Oh, this is a good one. Last question. How many times a day do you hear no?
Yes. And going off of your point, James, before I answer this, you guys in the beginning, I would sit with my mentors, and every message I got, I'd be like, what do I say? 50 times a day, I'd do that with them. And then I realized it was always the same. It was always the same, or some version of the same, and I just had to make it myself, right? I had to make it me. So just remember, we're just dealing with people. We're just helping people. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, but just know it hasn't always come natural. It takes time, and it takes consistency. How many times do you hear no a day? I would say in the beginning, I probably heard no 20 to 30 times a day. I was doing really high numbers, and I read the book Go for No, and I thought, if I can hear no as many times as possible today, then I'm doing this right. But I really believe in no is like, don't ever talk to me about this again. If you talk to me about this again, I'm getting a restraining order against you. I've had that before. I've had it all. But if I heard those things, it at least meant I was getting some sort of progress and some sort of yes. So now I don't hear it as often, but I would say 6 out of every 10 people are not right nows. I'd say I close about 40%.
So you're hearing a lot of no's still.
still.
You're an anomaly where now you're just closing everybody.
If I'm not hearing a lot of no's, I'm not talking to enough people.
Ooh, wow. And we're going to end on that. I think I just saw Jennifer Higgins go, wow. Yeah, I'm with you there. Guys, if Sydney has brought value to you, please show her some love in the chats. This woman has just poured out so phenomenal, Sydney. Thank you, thank you, thank you for just being so selfless in pouring out just your experience, your wisdom. And guys, even at such a young age of 25, this woman has lived so much life. She's had so much experience. And I know that even I was reminded of and gleaned some incredible things from this call. So thank you so much, Sydney, for tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for being present. I love seeing your faces, and just keep going. I know this is a weird time, but like, just promise yourself that you will not give up, because there's going to be times where you feel like giving up. You feel like this isn't for you. You feel like you're doing everything you can and it's not moving as fast as you want. I get it. But just promise. If not yourself, promise me that you will never stop. Because there's going to be a breakthrough. It's going to happen. And again, you guys truly have the best leaders. Plug into them like a socket. Seriously, they're incredible. Incredible.
We love you so much. We love you so much. So with that, we're going to pass it over to Lane Taylor for a very quick 10-second announcement of what we are all to expect next week for our ISA Business Mastery Call. Lane?
James, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man, Sid, thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. Guys, next week at this exact time slot, we're going to have Herb Cepeda. I'm going to sit down with Herb Cepeda. He's going to bring fire to this team for 30 minutes. I talked to him today. He is so fired up to connect with us all next week. It's just going to be him. It's just going to be our team. I'm going to sit down fire chat style next Monday night, 9 o'clock, Herb Cepeda. I'm going to be talking to him, adding value. Can't wait to see you guys. And Sydney, thank you so much. Q4, let's get, I'm so fired up. Can't wait.
I love it. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the call. We will see you same time next week with Herb Cepeda. Have a great night.